Go. It's trying to read it. Read nothing. Read air. I'm weighing air. It weighs nothing, but it's freaking out. It doesn't know what to do. I never. Hey there, how you guys doing? If you don't know who I am, I'm Cindy Krause with Krause Thrift and Thrift. I don't know why I always have to say my last name. I guess because I'm associating the Krause with the Krause Thrift and Thrift. How's it going, you guys? Hope you're doing well. Today I thought I'd do a little different, throwing a baseball cap. Even though I washed my hair, you know, I know a lot of people wear baseball caps when their hair's dirty. And my husband does that too. If he hasn't washed his hair and it's really messy, throws a cap on. I thought, you know, I always have my hair the same on my videos. Sometimes I have it up or back, but it's usually just down. And I thought, you know, I've worn a baseball cap before, not very often, but I thought I would do something different. So this is Depot Bay, Oregon. Love that place. Stole this cap from my husband. And I've got a big head, so it's got that hook and loop in the back. It's like, it's almost to as far as you could go. But yeah, I just love this cap, and I love Depot Bay. If you guys haven't been, it's on the Oregon coast, and it's near Lincoln City. It's kind of on the way between Lincoln City and Newport. So it's just a cute little town. John and I have been there, you know, 2 or 3 times. We've eaten there and stayed there, and it's just adorable. And so, yeah, I'm not a big baseball cap person, but I really like this one. I have a couple more. Maybe I'll start accumulating them. The thing I don't like about hats or caps is when you do take them off, like in your public, then your hair's all messed up. And then after a while, I have such a sensitive head that it makes it sore, but that's okay. I thought I'd do something different. Today I thought I would really do something different and do something I've never done before. You guys, this is my, isn't that pretty? It was given to me. But this is kind of like my hat. This is where I keep a lot of my notes, and specifically my note, ooh, that's kind of blinding you. My notes for videos. Like if I have an idea for a video, that reminds me, I've got to put a sticker on here. I always forget and I look on the wrong, oops, yeah, do that. There. I'm always looking the wrong way. I'm not looking at the camera, so it looks like I'm not looking at you guys. It looks like I'm looking somewhere else. So I've got to put like a little, I put one of these, I'll show you. I put one of these near the camera. So I know where to look. So sorry in the past videos when I look like I was looking away from you. It's just, I get lost. I get lost in the sauce, as they say. No, I just get caught up in my conversation, then I forget where to look. So anyway, back to what I was saying. This is kind of like a hat. So I thought, I don't know how well this is going to work. And I've got a bunch of other notes and receipts in here. But I thought maybe I'd mix them up and grab out some of these video ideas from me that I should do videos about. Now they're probably not all gonna work because yeah, like I'm already seeing their notes for other things, but that's okay. I'll just take some random things, and a lot of times I have to plan out my videos. I have to do some research, you know, depending on the topic. I have to look up, you know, before I talk to you guys about if I'm answering questions or whatever. But maybe there's something in here that I just kind of know at the top of my head and I can tell you about. So let's see what we grab here. Grabbing out of here. All right, and don't look at my writing. I just scribble. I have a thought. I scribble it on a piece of paper and I put it in here. Okay, and I say like next video. Okay, so I've already done that. I did the second part of the, oh wait, no, I never did the second part of the resale video. Okay, this is a video I did a few videos ago where I was talking about what beginners need for their businesses. And I started out and I gave you guys some really basic, this is actually good. I forgot about this. I started giving you some basic things that you should know, but I skipped some things. So I wrote a note. I said, okay, so and I even made notes to myself as to what to talk about. So this is perfect. Okay, one thing I didn't tell you, I know I talked about, I think I talked about storing inventory. I'm not sure if I did, but you're going to have to buy some kind of system for your inventory, whether it be those clear bins / totes, I call them both, or boxes. I've seen people use banker boxes, or just regular cardboard boxes, or you could do the rack system. So you would be buying garment racks. So that's it. You just decide what you want to use, whether you want to store your items in bins or racks. This is for clothing only. I did mention that if you're not doing clothing, you don't need those things. However, let's say you're doing pottery, glass, collectibles, like Danny the niche lady, that's all she sells. So I believe that she just stores them on shelves, open shelves, like in her, I think her garage. And that you're going to need shelving units then. Well, you're going to need shelving units anyway. I have shelving units that I put my bins on the units. I don't just stack them on top of each other. I've done that. It's a horrible way to go. Don't do it. Buy shelves, shelving units. You can buy them several places. They're all over the place. If you want to look locally, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. If you want them cheap, you could do that. Or thrift stores, Goodwill, etc. A lot of people get rid of their shelves so you can find them there. Or you could just buy them on places like Walmart, Target, Home Depot, you name it. There's a whole bunch of places that sell them. And you could buy the plastic or the metal. There's wire kinds. There are metal that have boards on them. There are plastic, whatever you choose. But you will need some kind of shelving units, most likely, depending what you're selling. Now, if you do sell clothing and you want to do the rack system, you don't have to have shelves. You could just use garment racks and put your clothes on hangers on the racks. So that's going to be a must for you beginners. If you want to start selling, you're serious about selling, that this is not just a hobby. It's something where you're going to sell quite a bit of items, or list quite a bit of items, hopefully sell all those items. And you will need a way of storing them. And obviously that will be wherever you can store them, when it's inside your home, basement, attic, shed, storage facility, off-site, warehouse, etc. So those are all things, obviously, you will need to plan out before you start your business. Yeah, I'm really glad I did this. Okay, postage scale. Let me show you guys mine. I had a different kind when I started out, but I love this one and I highly recommend it. Okay, the reason why I recommend it is this is separate. If you have the other postage scales, it's the readout is on the scale, and if you've got a big box, you can't read the readout. So this is awesome for big boxes. You just hit the button, you wait till it zeroes out. Come on, maybe it won't because I'm holding it. That could be. Anyway, it does show a 0, and then you place this down on a table or wherever, your desk, wherever, and a flat surface, and then you weigh your item, and then the readout will come. I think it's because I'm holding it. Readout. Oh, here we go. It's trying to read it. Read nothing. Read air. I'm weighing air. It weighs nothing, but it's freaking out. It doesn't know what to do. I never use these other buttons. They have tear mode, hold. I guess you can just hold if you want to hold the weight. I forget to use that, actually. It'd be helpful because after a few seconds, it does go away, the weight. And then another feature of the scale, and I'm not sponsored. They're not sponsoring me. I wish. It's Actec, ACTECK. But you could probably get other models. I never use this feature, but it does. Ooh, I don't even know how to do it, you guys. It does open up. Oh, here we go. Both sides open up. Come on, come on. Start opening up. Maybe you could just take my word for it. Both sides open up. That's for if you're weighing like a oddly shaped package or letters, or I never use it. I never use that feature. But it's nice to have, and you just got the things on the bottom. I love this scale, and the battery lasts a long time. There is a battery compartment. Oh, it's on here actually, and it's really easy. You just slide this thing off, and I believe, let's see what it is. Oh, look, it's 4 AAAs, and it lasts a long time, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I replace these. Oh, now I can't get it back on. Yeah, my cat's up there. So anyway, you guys, Actex or another company that sells it, but get the separate kind, because I got the other kind of scale, and like I said, if you have a big package or something, you can't read the readout. So this is my highly recommended scale. Oh, I put my paper down. All right, another thing you'll need is a backdrop for photos. And last time I did this video, it was called something like I don't know, beginners, how to start an eBay beginner or something. If I remember, I'll link it on the bottom. I always forget to do that. All right, that's my backdrop right there. I showed it to you guys before. It's Coroplast. I bought it at Home Depot for like 25 bucks. 72 by 36. Oops, my water is hiding and I need some. It's an awesome water bottle. That's what I use, and I covered it with like a light gray blanket, and then I have down here is another light gray blanket that you guys can really see. Let's do this. This is it right here. So that's the backdrop, and that's where I take photos. And this I have to cover because my cats get on here, and one cat has black fur and the other cat has orange fur, I guess. Orange tabby, couldn't think of it. Anyway, you will need some kind of backdrop in some kind of area, like a table that has something on it. I've used sheets, I've used paper, cardboard, white, gray, beige. I've heard gray's good, but white also works. And I've seen other people use other kind of backgrounds that look kind of like a wood grain. I've used that too. I like that look. I think eBay used to just say get a white background, but now they're kind of changing that to, you know, you can have different backgrounds. So the reason why they said that is Google search worked well with white backgrounds. But now, I mean, I see a lot of, you know, sellers who sell a lot of eBay and they don't have a white background, they have other backgrounds. So as long as it looks good and your pictures look good, and you want to have, I would say, 6 to 12 pictures, and you can have up to 25. But I've never done 24. Well, rarely. I've done 12, I've done 50. Well, maybe I have done 24. Now I think about it. If there's that many angles, do it. So yeah, you'll need some kind of table or some kind of surface that you can take a picture. Some people do a flat lay setup. Mine is, I don't have a big enough area. My office is small and I have a skinny table, so I can't do flat lay in here. So that's why I hang up with that hanger. I hang up my clothes from there. Obviously, if you're not selling clothes, you will still need a background though. You'll need some kind of table or surface or something to photograph your items. So you'll have to have, you know, the table, and then you'll have to have some kind of background. You don't want to use, like, you don't want to see anything else in the picture, like anything in your kitchen or anything that's distracting. I've seen people do that on eBay. They'll like take a picture of their kitchen. There'll be like a cereal box in the background. I'm like, really? Be professional. Don't do that. And you can use a background remover. So if you want to take pictures with things in the background, if you use a background remover, you're okay. And there are a few, I guess people use Photo Room, but I'm all about not paying extra money. So I use this one called, I'm looking right now, it's called Remove BG. Just type that in and it's totally free. The only bad thing about it is you can only upload one image at a time. And so what I do is I just typically just remove the back. I don't always remove the background. Depends on the item and how it looks against my background. If I don't like the way it looks, I do use an image remover. background remover, eraser. So anyway, it's called removebg.com, and you just upload your image. It's really easy. Now, every once in a while, if you have an item with like a lot, if it has like intricacies to it, a background remover is not going to look good. So then you'll have to be stuck with the picture you have used with your background. But not only will you need, you know, a table and a backdrop, you will need a lamp, some kind of lamp. People use soft boxes, and that's certainly something you could do, and that's, you know, a great thing to use because it really does give you soft light without shadow, and it gives you good light for your photos. However, I don't have room for those. I'm like in a small little room. You guys, it's like the smallest office I've ever had. Eventually I might get them. I just use that lamp, and sometimes I use a clip-on lamp. Unfortunately, my overhead lamp here is light is a yellow light, and it's way up there. So I keep saying to my husband, we need to change that bulb to one of those LED bright lights. That's another thing. So when you get your whatever kind of lighting you're using, if you're not using the softbox, which you can buy on eBay and Amazon, other places probably, if you're using just like a lamp like me with regular light bulb, you're going to want to get one of those LED white light bulbs. It's like a natural light, and make sure you don't just get the ones that say soft light. They're actually an LED natural light, and I will put a picture on the screen of the one I got. I got like a box of 3, and that way your pictures look natural. They don't look like they have a yellow tinge. Like, I forget, I have this light on up here and I forget about it, and then my photos have a yellow tinge, which I'm like, oh no. So that's why I gotta get that changed. But yeah, you'll definitely need that set up here, some kind of light, some strong light, or natural light. Natural light is actually preferable. You guys could see that's a window there. That's the only window in here that opens. Although the windows are stuck, I've got 5 windows. I've got one that opens. It's an old place, that's why, and just the owners never opened them. So thank God we got that one, because that's the one I put the air conditioner in the summer. So anyway, what I could do, I guess, is open, oh, right now it's crappy weather. We're not getting our good weather till tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Yeah, it's been cloudy and rainy. We had thunderstorms yesterday. Anyway, that would be the window I would use for a natural light. However, our neighbors are right there, and the guy tends to work on his cars and stuff a lot. So right now he's not, thank God. He's usually very noisy and he's out there. But yeah, for privacy purposes, I don't like to just open my windows. And then we've got our other neighbors who are up there, and this window I have to keep covered because they walk down their back into their backyard all the time. And they have stairs right here, which goes by our kitchen window and here. So it's like, I feel like we don't have any privacy, but oh well. So yeah, I don't open up for natural light in here. Yeah, I told John, next place we got to be upstairs. Upstairs are nice because it's just more private. So I digress. But yeah, that's okay. So that's, I think, all I wanted to cover, because that was part 2 of the beginner. You know, if you're just starting on eBay and you need to know what kind of tools or equipment you need for your business. So these are things I had just written down to do as a part 2. So yay! Maybe I'll just talk about a personal thing right now. I've gotten back on a diet. I'm kind of on a hybrid of bright lines eating and keto. And you know, I hadn't been on a diet for about 6 months, and I did gain some weight, and I'm just like, enough. So right now I'm just kind of, you know, combining the 2 diets. So, you know, it's really easy. Just like most diets, you cut out sugar and flour. But with keto, you can eat a lot more fat than you can on bright line eating. And bright line eating, everything's measured. So right now I'm just like measuring my fruits and vegetables. But keto, they encourage you to eat a lot of fat, a lot of cheese and eggs and butter and coconut oil and things like that. So like I said, I'm combining the two. I believe I lost some weight. Another thing I decided to do was to only weigh myself once a week. So I started on Thursday. So this coming Thursday, which is in 2 days, I will weigh myself, and I feel like my clothes are a little looser. So I think I'm doing pretty darn good here. And it's tough. It's really tough to dieting. All those you know who have struggled with it get it. Those that are skinny and always been skinny and will be skinny no matter what you eat won't, but that's okay. Good for you. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I was looking at some like cookbooks and all this stuff, and I thought, you know, I'm just keeping it simple. I'm just like eating oatmeal or with like fruit and yogurt. That's how I combine that. Or I'll have some kind of cereal. I try not to have with sugar or flour in the cereal. And then, you know, I'll have the fruits. And for lunch, I do like a tuna lettuce wrap, and then I'll have some fruit and vegetables, and then I'll have some cheese, because you can eat that with keto, and then I'll have nuts. That's kind of like my snack. But don't really snack in between meals. And then for dinner, it's been varied. The other night I had, last night I didn't really have dinner, because my husband made me give me the rest of his popcorn at like 4 o'clock, and I was full. So oh no, he gave me a stir fry. He did make me a stir fry, so I had stir fry without the rice. So it's just really easy. Basically, when it boils down to you taking out flour and sugar. Most diets are like that. Some want you to eat more fat than others. Fat is good for you, unlike what it used to be in the old days where everything was low fat. Well, that was actually opposite of what it was supposed to be. Fat is good for you, and depending on the fat you eat and how much you eat of it, but you know, keto is very highly concentrated on eating fat. So I wouldn't recommend any low-fat diet, but obviously you've got to watch it, especially if you have a heart issue or cholesterol. I'm very fortunate. I'm a very healthy person. I don't have to worry about high cholesterol or high blood pressure. I'm just very fortunate. Even though I'm overweight, I'm very healthy. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there with you guys, and I'll let you know how it's going. You know, I know a year ago I had lost all this weight and I looked good, and then I gained it back. So it's life. I'm not going to beat myself up. It's the way it goes. It's just because we had the move and then all these things are going on. So it's just the way it goes. And dieting is not easy. It's tough. You've got to make a commitment. And it's very easy to just eat whatever you want. Just grab something and sit down and go on with your life, or go on with your life, not sit down. I sit down to get back on my computer to work is what I meant. Yeah. Not dieting is super easy. Just grab whatever junk you want to eat. But no, dieting, it takes a concentrated effort and focus, and you have to really do it, really be dedicated, and just have to stick with it. So you've got to, if you're like me, you got to stick with it the rest of your life. My sister had lost like 100 pounds on Bright Line Eating, or BLE for short. You guys can look that up if you want. It's Bright Lines Eating. And it's not a very, I don't know, a lot of people have never heard of it, but it is a good diet. I like it. Pros and cons, just like every diet, but it should be a way of eating, way of life. And my sister she did during the pandemic with her husband, and they lost a bunch of weight, and they looked really good. They were thin, and then she recently gained back 35 pounds because she's living with they're living with my parents right now, and because their place got snowed out. Anyway, long story. But so they end up eating all the candy my dad had around the house. So she's back on the diet. Well, and I talked to her about that. But it's always a struggle. Even the woman who started Bright Lines Eating, Susan, what is her last name? Blanking on her last name. And she went off the diet over years ago twice, and gained a bunch of weight, and then she lost it again. So not all of us, but those who gain weight easily and have a hard time losing it, it's a struggle. But I've got God on my side, and I have a wonderful, supportive husband who loves me whether I gain weight or not. What a wonderful thing that is. I'm so blessed and thankful. All right, you guys, I think I'll end this here. Thank you for watching. if you do watch the end, I so appreciate you. That is just a wonderful thing. I know there's a lot of content out there, and I just so thankful for the people who watch mine. And I appreciate all my comments. I appreciate all my viewers, all my subscribers. If you want to subscribe, please do. I will keep putting out content, mostly about reselling, but sometimes just about life, like I just talked about now. So take care, you guys. Love you so much. Bye.